Good morning on this finally Friday. Finally Friday. There we go. Fit it in the picture here. Good morning, Chris Allen Skywicks here at the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. It is Friday, November 18th. Still some occasional clouds out there this morning. We're getting some mid and high level clouds streaming through, while to the north of us, it's low level clouds. You can see them moving ahead of a cold front. Yeah, that cold front's going to come by today. Dry for the most part, but I do think some folks off to the north of us could see a passing snow flurry out of this. It's not going to be that big of a deal until you get north of the Ohio River. Then it could be little bursts of snow and maybe enough to get on a roadway or in the grassy areas or maybe on your car. But I'm talking about southern Indiana, southern Ohio, southern Illinois as that front comes on through. For us, it's just going to be we'll see a few clouds, and then the wind will start to shift from the west to northwest and become breezy, and that's going to add an extra chill to the air today. I mean, it's going to feel like at times it's in the 20s, and we're barely going to make 40 for a high temperature. Yesterday's high was only 41 when we should be at 58. So that's a 17-degree difference. And you could feel it yesterday for sure. Even when the sun did peep through, it was kind of like that sunshine's not helping us out very much at all. Nope. And it's not going to help us out today either. It's kind of going to be the same kind of day, maybe even chillier in some regards. There's a look at the 10 days up front. Blend of models, we're only calling for 40, 41, exactly where we landed yesterday for a high temperature. We see tonight is going to drop into the teens, not 20s, teens. 18, it could get as chilly as 15 in a couple of areas tonight under a partly cloudy sky. Tomorrow, not much better, low 40s, and then back into the teens again for Saturday night into Sunday morning. We get one more day of chilly air as we get into Sunday, and then the warm-up begins for Thanksgiving week. And it's a significant warm-up. It's going to put us back to where we should be for this time of the year at the toward the end of November, around Thanksgiving, for high temperatures, which is the mid to upper 50s. But then as soon as that's over, we kind of level off a bit and we'll go back into the low 50s, even the upper 40s as we get into the final few days of November next week. But the coldest nights that we're going to have throughout this 10-day period is tonight and tomorrow night. So do what you got to do to prepare for that, because it's you think it's cold now, it's really going to be cold on those nights. And in some cases, it's that cold this morning, especially over in eastern Kentucky. Look at this. Kentucky Mesonet sites showing, 19. That's in Boonville, Kentucky, Owsley County. You see 19, that's in Barberville in Knox County. So it's over in the hills and valleys. Wow, that's bone-chilling cold in that part of Kentucky. Let's go and hone in back home here, where it's a little bit warmer this morning. Temperatures are starting out in the 20s and 30s, mainly 30s. There's that lone 23 down in Burkesville. And you know why that is if you watch this every morning. You know, when the air is this stable and we don't have a lot of moisture to work with, everything is dry, that's always going to be the coldest reading because of the elevation of that Kentucky Mesonet station, which is near the Cumberland River in Cumberland County. So it's going to read colder than everybody else. And they're showing really 22.9 rounded off 23. Oh, now it's 23.1. It just went up by 2 degrees, 0.02 degrees. Yeah. Oh, it's a warming trend. Well, we're not going to get a warming trend until we get, as you saw, into next week. Okay, here's a look at the predicted temperatures and future temperatures coming up from this area. You can see we'll start out in the 20s and 30s overall this morning. And if you're looking for warmth today, like yesterday, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. We do try to get close to 40. Now, there, like yesterday, we could be 41, 42, 39. Depending on where you are, it's going to be a little chillier to the north of us. As you see, E-Town 35, maybe 36, 37. Nashville, a little bit warmer, 42, 43, maybe 44. But tonight, here comes the cold air. That cold front that's just to the west of us this morning is going to ramp up the breezy conditions this afternoon from the northwest, and skies will be partly cloudy to mainly clear. And look what happens. Ooh-wee. This is showing 19, but I think it could be, like I mentioned, 18, 17, 16, 15. E-Town 16. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me to see a lot of mid to upper teens for overnight lows tonight. And of course, early Saturday morning. Then we try to go back to about 40 for a high temperature tomorrow. Same thing, different day. It's just we will be much colder tonight on the backside of that dry cold front. So throw another log on the fire, all the chestnuts that you can maybe roast this time of year if you're into that. Let's take a look at the surface map now. And for the next few days, I'm not even going to try to show you the possibility of that light snow to the north of us because it's going to be insignificant for anybody in our area. But here comes that dry front. And as it passes, yes, it could, as you see here, north of us, put down just a little burst of snow or two, maybe a dusting once you get north of the Ohio River into southern Indiana, southern Ohio, but that's about the extent of it. It is in the Great Lakes. I'm telling you, if you don't know what's going on there, it is wow. Lake effect snows and that low pressure system combined with that is going to make for 2, 3, 4, not inches, but feet of snow. Yes, 3 to 4 feet of snow over this weekend, starting today and running through Sunday. Crazy snow up that way. So the front comes on through today. We'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine like yesterday. Some of you to the north, a few snow flurries. Then the front stalls a bit, but look at all that snow that continues. Lake effect, heavy, heavy, heavy snow. As we get into Saturday, here we go into Sunday. Another dry front is going to slip through, and that's going to reinforce the cold air once again for one day, Sunday. And then we get high pressure moving east. This ridge is going to build. And once it does move east, as we get into Monday, then we get that, as I talked about yesterday, a more southerly wind flow that's going to warm us up for Thanksgiving week. But we've got to wait till Monday. Between now and Monday morning, it's going to stay cold. There's no change in that. It's going to stay that way all weekend. And at times, breezy enough to make it feel even colder than what the thermometer shows. So just, dress for that appropriately if you're going to be out this weekend. Here we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving, another big storm. These just are coming nonstop now, out of the Rockies and out of the Pacific Northwest. Return flow out of the Gulf, yes, brings us warm air, but it will eventually also bring us a little bit of rain. And it does appear that some of the rain will be over us. Here's Thanksgiving Day, even though it's not painted in. The last graphic is never painted in because they're not sure exactly of the placement of the precipitation. They know where the fronts are kind of going to be, but you can tell by looking at this, we're going to be at that point where we could see some rain on Thanksgiving Day, which is not uncommon. I mean, it's happened before, but now it looks like we're going to be in the upper 50s with that chance of rain showers on Thanksgiving Day. There it is. And then the big storm brewing out in the western part of the country. So there you go. It's plan accordingly if you're going out of town, especially if you're going up to the Great Lakes for Thanksgiving. That snow's not going to go anywhere. 3 to 4 feet of snow, it's going to stay there the whole time. So if you're planning on going north to the Great Lakes, you're going to have to deal with snow for Thanksgiving, even before Thanksgiving. All right, one more thing to tell you about, and it's tomorrow. As I mentioned yesterday, I'll be at the Munfordville Ace Hardware Marketplace right there on 31W. As you go north of the center of town, almost to the interstate, you'll see the Munfordville Ace Hardware Marketplace. Big day. It's Thanks Grilling. Thanks Grilling. We're going to fire up the big green egg and we're going to smoke some ham. Come by and free samples of that. Stuff for the kids, activities and games, Christmas kind of themed stuff going on, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Uh-huh. For us guys, big toys. For us big guys, DeWalt, Milwaukee tools, some specials going on that you won't believe. And for you ladies, Simply Southern collection, Vera Bradley stuff that's on sale. I know you're wanting to get some of that for Christmas, and they've got it at Ace Hardware Marketplace. That is the place to go if you want really Simply Southern. That's the place to go. Then we'll be collecting toys for tots. Yes, Toys for Tots is going to be there, and we'll be collecting for that. And as you see at the bottom of that graphic, I'll be selling and programming a limited number of NOAA weather radios, which you could also give as a gift for Christmas. What a great gift to give. A weather radio for someone that you know needs one, doesn't have one, somebody that's maybe living by themselves. It could be one of your kids or grandkids that's in a dorm by themselves and they need a weather radio, or it could be a grandparent or somebody that you know that needs that little extra piece of safety, in mind. So there you go. Tomorrow, 11 to 1 in Munfordville. I hope to see you there. One more thing. This morning on the radio show, it's our annual Affordable Christmas Radiothon. And today we'll be collecting as much money as we can from you and from area businesses to help us buy more toys. Maybe think, well, I don't have time to go buy toys, try to pick something that's going to be appropriate. I would rather just make a donation. Today is your day because we're going to start it this morning and then it's going to run throughout the day at various times. You'll hear that opportunity. We'll put out a phone number. And of course, you can go online and make that donation, tax deductible donation, to help over 600 families and their kids have the dignity of Christmas this year. So, Affordable Christmas Radiothon going on this morning, starting with my show, 6 a.m. All right. In the meantime, God bless you. Thank you for contributing to Affordable Christmas. I hope to see you tomorrow in Munfordville at the Ace Hardware Marketplace, 11 to 1. In the meantime, have a great weekend. God bless you. And I'll see you right there on the radio.